Hello, I am Jan Butz from the Genealogies of Knowledge Research Network, and this is the fifth video of an 8-part interactive series on analyzing patterns and concepts in the Oslo Medical Corpus. In this video, we will talk about the core component of the OMC, namely images. Human communication is not restricted to speech and writing. In our daily lives, we accompany our utterances with gestures and facial expressions. When we watch a weather report, we encounter a broad range of pictorial systems that all interact to provide us with a set of shared expectations. We thrive on multimodality, which is the default way to make meaning. Right now, you're watching a video which benefits from visual support. Visuals are an excellent tool of illustration. It is easier to show the anatomy of the human body than to explain it. Often, they are also preferred as a means of documentation, and in this sense, they seem to claim epistemic priority. You have to see it to believe it. Icons, a particular class of signs that resemble the object they refer to, also have the quality of universality. Exit signs and emojis mostly work across cultures, while words simply do not. Words, however, have other qualities. Language allows you to engage in high levels of abstraction and to be very specific. You can show your anger, but to really process emotions, you need to talk about them. Language also fulfills particular pragmatic functions that are hard to realize otherwise. Think of imperatives. A spoken command is easily given and understood. Turn back. It is much harder to provide instructions through images unless they are subject to well-established conventions, as in the case of traffic signs, whose systematic organization in some sense mimics the affordances of natural language. It's not a contest, however, and usually we do not have to choose. Our aptitude for processing multimodal messages allows us to combine text and images in a balanced complementary manner. The OMC takes this interaction into account, and it therefore provides images in conjunction with the texts that you access. Let's have a look, for instance, at images drawn from a single work, namely the 1972 book The Limits to Growth, a key publication in the development of sustainability thinking. You can access the text by navigating to the subcorpus interface and selecting the file name OMC 000154. Then, search for the word growth in line with the main theme of the text. The mosaic will indicate that the book is primarily concerned with two types of growth, namely population growth and economic growth. To get a clearer idea of the work's stance on these matters, you can browse the concordance lines, but you can also consult relevant images by selecting any of those lines and then clicking on Show Metadata. A list of visuals will appear beneath the general information about the document. You will see that many of the images in the book are simple line graphs, with a horizontal axis plotting the passing of time and a vertical axis indicating quantities. Phenomena presented in this way include world population, world urban population, world industrial production, and economic growth rates. The curves representing those factors share a common feature: exponential increase. Visuals appearing later in the book shift the focus to concerns such as arable land and renewable natural resources, and the relevant graphs show a different picture. No exponential increase can be noted or expected. The image sequence is not random. It tells a story that highlights the book's overall argument. Current trends in population and economic growth cannot be sustained on a planetary level. As the book is concerned with the future, many of the data points represented in its graphs are estimates, models, and projections. Continuity of representation, however, suggests a degree of certainty. In Figure 5, the line representing the growing world population is as thick for the year 2000, 30 years after the book's publication, as it is for the year 1950. It is true that the graph explicitly indicates where the projections start, but this is done by means of an odd choice in color coding, which seems to suggest that the future, in any case, is dark. Colors, even when they are only shades of gray, tell a story, and visuals are included in text for a particular rhetorical purpose. The interaction between story and imagery is sometimes made remarkably explicit, as in Figure 43, which documents the decimation of the whale population. The text dramatizes the graphs, thus restricting the reader's scope of interpretation. First, the industry killed off the biggest whales, the blues, and now the sperm whale is being hunted without limit on numbers, the ultimate folly. Framing, in this sense, is an essential part of how we make use of images, and the notion of framing extends to the choice of image itself. Information can be represented in line graphs, bar charts, or numerical tables, but also through pictures of people or places. In the OMC, we employ a taxonomy to classify visuals, which facilitates the identification of image patterns within, but also across texts. The line charts we just discussed, for instance, are categorized as part of the curvigram family. Selecting this image type in the subcorpus selection panel will restrict your searches to texts that contain this kind of visual. You can find out more about the taxonomy in the OMC's user manual, which is available on the website. It's a good idea to acquaint yourself with the different types of images in preparation for the next video.